In the upper right, folks, in the red, he wins. He takes top seed in his group. It's Dark.
And his opponent spawning down in the bottom left. I'll explain what he's playing for in a moment. For Onside Gaming, it is Neeb. And that's important to remember, because you might be saying to yourselves at home, and it's a completely reasonable question to ask, why would Neeb, Steadfast, you're hyping Neeb up. Why would Neeb care? He's already eliminated. Well, that's kind of a silly way to think about it, because each match on its own, each best of 3 win is already worth $300. And you might be saying, okay, well, he's not going to go flat out, all out for $300. Well, right now he is sitting in 5th place in the group. With a win, he can threaten 4th, potentially take 4th. With a loss, he gets exposed potentially to go down to 6th. So there is a swing of potentially, he could finish 6th in the group, 5th in the group, 4th in the group. But the best thing he can do is win 2-0 to give himself the best chance of coming in 4th. The difference between 6th in the group and 4th in the group is $2 grand. So this could potentially be a $2,300 money match for Neeb. He is going to be going flat out because he is a college student. He's going to want all the money he can get.
Oh yeah, you need the pizza money, right? But the other thing, Steadfast, we do have to talk about here is, while again Neeb cannot advance, you do want to hit 4th place, right? That's more money. Neeb is on a team, you know. Onside Gaming exists, and Solar and Maru are both in positions to advance out of their respective groups. So if you're Neeb, the chance that you can relegate Dark to a round of 12 spot and have him play one more series where he might get knocked out before he runs into one of your teammates, that's actually really nice. We have seen massive upsets in the round of 12. Everyone wants round of 8. You want that guaranteed higher seeding. So that's also, again, another thing he's going to be playing for. You want money, and maybe just maybe, you might be able to make your teammates' runs in the playoffs just a little bit easier.
Yeah, that would be something that would make the Onside Gaming players and owner very happy. That would be very neat. By the way, we've got a little bit of a mind game coming out in game number 1. Neeb going for the warp gate first here, not delaying it, but he still starts the Stargate up. So he's trying a little bit of misdirection on Dark here. Dark, though, he's saying to himself, well, okay, he's been doing this a fair bit recently, sending a second Overlord across the map to try and get a scout. Neeb, he's done his research because he is now building a Stalker. And that means that this Overlord that Dark is going to commit, it will see the Stargate, but it is going to be seen and it is going to get taken down for, well, scouting a standard build.
And Steadfast, one thing we got to point out here, so Dark was supply blocked at 36, but the key thing in the early game, because actually as Zergu can kind of support those a little bit, is the fact that he was sitting on 7 larvae for a while. So he was on 1 hatchery. He was actually sitting in this situation where it didn't matter. Like, you actually lose out on production over time. And yes, okay, it's a small thing. Supply block for about 3 seconds, but because he was sitting on larvae that he could not build, that's the problem. If there are builds. So Mio Micah, for example, has some Hydra all-ins that are intentionally supply blocked for a while, but because it's only on like 2 larvae, when that happens 1 to 2 larvae, it doesn't matter because the larvae is still going to increase. You can build your drones afterwards, and it allows for some other efficiency. Not so here, as Dark does try to find some pressure on the 3rd. Well, for now, that's actually a nice Sim City, and Dark's, I mean, he's trying, but he's not going to get much. Great, there we go. Spore cancel in the natural. Oracle's not going to get much done, but there is nothing in the main base here. So 1 work is going to go down, make it 2, make it 3, and Neeb gets his 3rd base on time. Dark did not have his spores, and that's 3 drones on the first Oracle. That's not even the true damage timing.
No, it's not, and I didn't expect it to dive back in. It actually got 2 more drones. What I was going to say as well is that it hasn't even taken any hull damage, so he trades a little bit of hull for 2 more drones. This is actually a phenomenal start for Neeb so far. And now he's got 2 Adepts sneaking out to the right side. He also did something very cute where he shaded forward to check on the Lings and see if they were still there, see if they were being reinforced, because he didn't have those Oracles on the map to spot anything. This is actually such great play from Neeb so far. He's going to use... No, okay, he's not pairing up with the Adepts just yet. He's waiting for the 3rd Oracle, and now he's going to go in. Lings do get in on top of the Shades. Good job by Dark. But Neeb, ooh, he doesn't quite get into the pocket. will still be able to go into the natural with these oracles. He's finding so much damage. He's going to lose one of these oracles, but there's no spore in the main. This is huge damage. Neeb is so far ahead in workers right now.
Steadfast, this is ridiculous. You would have thought Dark, yeah, you know, he takes damage in the main base once because he doesn't have a spore. You would have thought that he would have gotten one. I understand Dark trusts on his queen control and his queen positioning, but still, that is so greedy, and he gets punished so hard for it. And look at what he's going for behind this. This is not Blink Stalker. This is nothing like that. This is the NA special. This is something Astray has been doing for a while. It's a little bit counter meta, but you get that Templar Archives, you get charged, and in about 2 minutes, a minute and a half here, he's going to have 2 Archons, he's going to have 7 Gate Zealot, and this is actually, well, actually, as I say that, he adds 2 more gas, so this is going to be more the charge or the storm timing. But the tempo that Neeb is establishing on the map right now, Dark is just reeling.
He is truly reeling right now, and another couple of drones going down. 7 drones. You might be saying, oh, 2 adepts for 3 drones. That's not great. Well, he pairs it with the oracles. 5 more drones go down. Dark is reeling right now. Meanwhile, oh no, the probe is going to be trapped. Oh.
No, you can, oh no, it has gas in it. Oh,
yeah.
No. You can't do the gas trick. Okay, so Dark, though, he's going to try to equalize this. He's just going all in Steadfast. 16 Banelings on the way. He is too far behind. He does not have a chance in any other game. There are, what, 2 sentries on the map. There's a wall on the left side here, but there's not a lot of anything that deals with Lings. 1 Archon's morphing in now, but the force fields are going to have to be fantastic. Banelings coming in from every side. Here's the Archon's not yet ready. Where's the shield battery overcharge? It's just not here. Oracles have to get recalled back home. The wall is actually really good, but you got to be so careful on the pylons there. Banelings don't want to connect onto them, though. They want to get the workers. Neeb is actually holding on to this very well. The charge is done. The Archon has died, sure, but it has lasted as long as it needed to. And Neeb holds on. That was a terrifying situation. And Dark's droning out of this. Yes, he's building more Lings, but he understands that this has not gotten the value he needs. And now Neeb, he got tons of damage done early, and now he's still in this great position to get more. That being said, running on the map like this, that's a little bit spooky.
It's 3 Zealots. It's not a huge deal, but he does have to be careful about those kind of losses. However, he's on 11 gate plus 1 charge lot Archon against a Ling Bane player. The Roach Warren is just now starting. Where is the War Prism? Oh, he loses the 3rd base or 4th base with no cancel. He's going across the map with the War Prism. Neeb, please do not fumble this. You have this game in the bag. This game is yours to lose. But Dark is the kind of player that can make his opponent lose games like this.
Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, so it looks like Banelings tried to run in while Neeb was distracted, but just, again, the wall is there. We see Neeb trying to take his 4th base once again. I gotta say, Steadfast, given the game state right now, and of course, it's easy to say because we have full knowledge and Neeb doesn't, you gotta feel like you just build a couple Archons, you run across the map. Even going for a 4th base here is money that you would rather spend on units. Most games, sure, yes, go ahead, get more head. But given how far ahead Neeb is in this game and how good Dark can be at playing behind War Prism, it's going to be fine. Actually, doesn't seem like it's going to take hull damage. Still spooky. But there we go. It's a distraction because onto this 4th base, here comes Neeb. 4 Archons, Charlottes. It's a dead base. Dark cannot defend this one. He's actually trying to deal with the War Prism on the left side, and Neeb is going to keep that one alive on 1 HP. But it's a distraction, Steadfast, because Archons and single Zealot, but Archons in the natural are starting to get so much damage done here. The 4th base is dead. Archons getting damage on the Queens, and it doesn't really, like, look at the supplies here. Dark's trying to find his surround. The Archons don't have to do anything, although you don't want to lose them, at least not without a good trade. So Neeb tries to run away, loses 1 Archon. There we go. Zealots into the 3rd base, and at the end of the day, while losing these Archons is painful, while losing the Zealots is painful, it feels like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Neeb is just getting too much damage done.
He is getting way too much damage done. Dark getting knocked back down to 3 bases, losing 11 drones. He's down now on 47 drones. And Neeb has secured this 4th base. This is a gigantic lead, a gargantuan lead for Neeb right now. But he is doing a lot of things that make me worried, because he's just looking kind of shaky in what was a pretty easy game to close out on paper. Once again, we have full knowledge. Neeb doesn't see what we see, but this is something that Dark can sometimes do against his opponents. He can sometimes get in your head, and you think he's bigger than he is. It creates this larger than life persona. Now, I don't want to build that storyline for this game because I don't think there's anything Dark can realistically do. Neeb is up like 30 army supply and almost 20 probes. He is so far ahead, and a very simple A move should do it. But for the next games in the series, I am a little bit worried about Neeb's mental. We're gonna see, maybe he can take a really good fight and kind of regain that composure. Doesn't even matter yet. GG gets called. Dark sees the army. He realizes how dead he was. He kind of knew it before, but yeah. And to that point, Dark doesn't let him take the good fight he wants.
Yeah, exactly.
How interesting is that?
Yeah, that's a well, actually, we'll see that in a couple of esports, right? The whole, it is better for me to leave the game. It is better for me to preserve my mental state than it is to maybe try to get like a 1 in a million comeback. Just, I'd rather not be frustrated. Just like, okay, well, I tried my hardest, didn't work. Okay, we're gonna GG next. I'm not gonna give my opponent that that satisfaction. I'm not gonna allow myself to dig myself into that mental hole. And that now means that Dark, he's lost another map, so that means he's behind Matt Ragnarok on one map in this series, right? Ragnarok and Dark going into this, both 3-1 in series, both +3 in map difference, but of course Ragnarok had that +1 map win, 7-4 versus 6-3. But now Dark has 4 losses. It gets a little bit harder for him to take first place out of this. And again, if Dark loses, well, suddenly life gets a lot more complicated in this group. But for now, it does mean that Ragnarok has pulled ahead in the Chaser first just a tiny bit.
Yes, that he has. And he's also, now with Dark going down in the first game, Oliveira, now there's a little bit more hope for him to take first. In addition, spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear about it, give the requisite 5-10 seconds for people to mute if you don't want to hear like do Jeopardy music. Why not? Okay, time. Clem lost game 1 to Cure, which means that money match that I was talking about for Neeb, now Neeb has a much more clear shot of getting into 4th place in that group, which, like I said, that's a big boost to the paycheck for IEM Katowice.
It is, and again, with everything that's happening here, it does make it much more likely that Ragnarok Oliveira series is going to be for first place, which is super cool, right? When I looked at Group A, I did not have Oliveira or Ragnarok topping the group. Yes, I know Ragnarok was GSL Season 3 finalist, but we all saw that Maru series. It was not the most encouraging, and it felt like his run through the GSL was not quite as difficult as some others were. Regardless, he's in position for first place. So too is Dark. So too is Oliveira. Really, kind of if you win a series, it means you're likely gonna get it. Maybe a little bit less for Dark now, especially with how this is going. But folks, we have a second game of the series, and let's see if Dark can make the comeback happen. Royal Blood is a very good map for Zerg. We're gonna figure it out. In the upper right, folks, in the red, he's up a game into this series for Onside Gaming, Neeb.
And his opponent spawning down on the bottom left, doing something cheeky here. It is Dragon Phoenix Gaming's Dark.
Proxy Hatch? Proxy Hatch, okay.
Proxy Hatch. Now, there are a couple things we gotta say. One, sometimes the worst thing you can do when you play Dark is win the first game in a series because he gets pissed and he gets awakened. Two, yeah, this is a Proxy Hatch. If Neeb does not check the 3rd base locations, he could be a very long time before he sees this. This is a dangerous build. Oh, Neeb is going Gate Nexus. Oh, this is gonna be problematic for him.
And it's so crazy seeing this happen as well, right? Because Dark, of any of the Koreans, really, he loves his Proxy Hatch. Maybe Ragnarok does it a little bit too, not nearly as much. And the only other Zergs that really play around with this style are like the Eastern Europeans, the Vanyas, or excuse me, the Ratatas, wow, I'm blanking on the name. Anyway, the Blyes, the players like that really that play that hyper aggressive style. Neeb has no idea what's happening. And the cool thing about this is, as well, is this should be the Roach follow-up. So Dark has several versions of this. He'll go Proxy Spines. But with the gas here, I would assume this is going to...
It is. Yeah, it's going to be Spines. It's going to be Spines. He's going to go Speedlings.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, maybe? Hang on, he's still okay. Okay, he's kept mining gas for a little longer, but it is the speedling version. And okay, Neeb, correct decision. He is going to go for the robo here, but with the speedling play, it's going to be very difficult. He hasn't started a shield battery yet. I do like that pylon on the high ground. That's going to give him a fallback position if he has to give up this natural. But the problem is with a robo, you really can't give up the natural. You need to keep that alive. Now, probes are going to be better than they used to be, but they are only going to be better against the Zerglings. They are not going to be good against these spines. This is looking terrifying right now. And we can see Neeb, actually, he's pretty much already given up this natural. So in this case, I'm kind of on board with it because it's going to give him... When you fight for the base and you don't get it, oh, the creep tumor snipe is so big. That buys him so much time. That is such a clutch move. And he gets out the second adept. Now he can choose shot lings. I actually love the way that Neeb is doing this so much. This is so clever, intelligent. It is so poised.
Yeah, this is, it's kind of, we talked about how, well, okay, Dark is like the one player in Korea that does this. This is something that is a Dark special. So we talked about, like, wow, I'm surprised Neeb didn't look for it. But on the flip side, you know this is something that Neeb has prepared for. It's just, it's in the VODs. So he is responding to this as if this is something that he has been expecting. He's been prepping for it. Don't want to lose that adept, though. It's just shade on the high ground. Thank you, shield battery. One immortal already out, second one on the way, and after that, we should start to see a warp prism. Infinite micro ability here coming in from Neeb. The question, though, Steadfast, there's a Baneling Nest on the way, and that makes this...
Oh, he should not be moving forward.
Yeah. Or Baneling Nest done now. That makes this a much more complicated defense.
Yes, it does. Now, Neeb has a wall, but he does not have an anti-Baneling wall. This pylon is a huge vulnerability. Oh my god, getting the Observer is not the play. He needs that Warp Prism, like you said, because he's going to need to be able to lift up these units. And if he does not jump on this immediately, like if he does not spot this almost immediately, okay, he sees the Banelings. Does he have the wall? Battery overcharge is going to get popped. The Banelings will not. Oh no, he let the units through. Okay. Oh, all the Banelings go off on the battery overcharge. Oh, middle walk through. He does it. He's going to save the Immortals. This is very good for Neeb right now.
That was a massive bait, I guess. He pulls the Immortals back. He doesn't plug the wall with one of them. And now, I mean, he needs some anti-air. That would be fantastic. So he can make sure the spines don't hit high ground. But the first round of Banelings are dead. One spine is dead. Queen runs up and it takes some damage. I still want a Warp Prism. Warp Prism is so important right here.
Yes.
But
he's going to kill these spines so easily.
Right?
He's got barrier up on these Immortals.
This is crazy. Yeah, we're going to see the pylon go down eventually, but Dark feels stymied right now.
Yeah, he is. He's on one base. This is an all-in. You might be saying like, oh man, Neeb's on one base. Like, this isn't great for him. No, he's up in workers right now. The only thing is he didn't start up Warp Gate yet. However, he just now starts it, finally. And eventually, he's going to be able to go across the map with like, now the Warp Gate being this late does suck. He could have had it maybe like 20 or 30 seconds earlier, which would have meant his timing was a lot earlier on the counterattack. But I love this. The Twilight Council, I'm not sure if this is going to be for like Glaive Adepts or if it's going to be for charge. Either one is going to be a good decision. Ooh, nice unburrow on the spine, but Dark can't do anything about these Immortals. As long as Neeb doesn't just straight up box the micro, he's in a really good position. He's going to be able to clip away at these units pretty much indefinitely.
So Steadfast, one thing I do like from what Dark is doing, and again, he's not in a good spot here. Neeb has held this very well. Oh, there we go. When behind Dark Shrine, when on one base Dark Shrine. You understand, Dark is not going to be building sports here. He needs the money. But Dark, realizing that this was held, he started to walk the queens that he made out of that proxy hatch across the map a long time ago. So they're not going to get caught. In fact, they're already back here. So at the very least, while this was a fantastic hold for Neeb, don't get me wrong, Dark is making the small decisions that he needs to make to give him a chance in this game.
Get those drones. Chase him down.
Nah, he's gonna
I don't know if he'd be able to. That would have been a pretty big deal, actually, because like you said, Dark is droning up. He's now on a natural expansion. Neeb, and in this case, this is where that timing actually does become really impactful. Neeb's on 4 Immortals, by the way. This is a very interesting little setup. Oh, this one egg sees the Warp Prism move across the map. Does that send alarm bells up for Dark? Oh my God, Neeb, don't do this.
Okay, no, wait. He's got a full wall. Like, this is... you don't want to lose the natural, but I don't know how much it matters, right? Dark
Okay,
is
yeah, he's
supply
just gonna
blocked.
let it go.
Yeah, Dark supply blocked for quite a while. He's building
The
4
DTs.
links. He's building Banes. DT's warping into the main Steadfast. You're right. There's no detection here. Dark is about to bomb out of this series 0-2. He tried to go for proxy hatch, did not work. And we talked about this. Neeb denied Oliveira a chance at first seed, and now he's giving it right back to him. Bailey's kill some of the, yes, they do kill some of the DTs. Those force fields on the backside, though, the Lings are not getting to the connections they need. One Immortal seems doomed to fall because the Warp Prism is not there. But this army of Neeb just seems like something that Dark cannot
Can't be
deal
touched.
with.
He cannot kill it.
It's infinite micro.
And there's the DTs. They are undetected behind this. Neeb's done it. Neeb is going to 2-0 Dark. The Warp Prism does go down, and there is a Spore here, but it's just drones and queens versus Immortals. It's 9 drones, 8 drones left, 6 drones, 5 drones. The drone count is falling to 2. Neeb has killed Dark. 2-0. We talked about it. We said it was a possibility, but it actually happened.
And he recalls the DT. Realistically, yeah, do you want to lose the Warp Prism Steadfast? No. Do you want to lose those 4 Mortals? No. Does it matter in the slightest when it is a Zerg that is on 2 drones? Hell no.
He's about to do a 2 Archon drop against a 2 drone Zerg. Or 4, yeah, 2 Archon drop, 4 DT drop. Doesn't matter. Oh, he lifts. Oh, cute. He lifts the probe to expand to the natural. But yeah, if he literally just makes Archons and doesn't, they're like, Dark is on 3 drones. There's nothing he can do.
Yeah, it's interesting that I understand why Dark is still in this game, right? You need to win this game to get round of 8. If you don't win, you cannot hit top 8. It's just, it feels bad. There's nothing. It's 45 supply to 18. Lings run across the map. They're going to see a natural on the way. They're going to be very sad. And now, yeah, maybe Queens can ward the Warp Prism away. Sure, fine. Even Dark having to build units to defend this is disastrous because, again, he's on 4 drones. He can't afford it. Having to replace well, actually, he doesn't have to replace an Overlord. He's on 76 supply cap, but it does not matter because Neeb has a fantastic